the Dynamite Delight, a show that hate was the factor. That's the truth. Now you'll understand that this show was not going to be liked by everybody. Easily there's stuff in here you're not going to like. And easily a lot of people are going to complain. But if you're going to see it for what it is, did it have a lot of content? Yes, it did. Did it have a lot of matches? Yes, it did. But you'll hear my point of view right now. This is one thing I just don't understand why they did this. Why? You got the AAA Tag Champions and the ROH Tag Champions going up against each other in a qualifying match. Why? You couldn't leave Cash by himself and build up in Double or Nothing to face the Dax Wheeler. Why couldn't you have built this up? God, this is where inexperience comes in, where storytelling makes no sense the way they're doing it. Because you could have used Dash and Cash. You could have built them both up separately, but they both had their qualifying matches. They could have gone for the semifinals or the finals and faced one another. Since both of them are still the tag champions, both of them want to honor Bret Hart and, well, more Owen Hart than Bret, sorry. They love Owen and they love Bret. This could have meant something special. Honestly, something really special. And it wasn't. You give us this match as a qualifying match. It was dumb. Dumb. You could have given this 3 weeks. You could have actually had these guys face each other at Double or Nothing as a semi-final match. Not saying it would be a final match, but a semi-final match. Come on. Obviously, the way the match went, it was a good match. But the storytelling was not there. Saying on only one show, one video package for both Dash and Cash, that they want to make this mean something. I knew Dash was going to win because he's a family man like Owen Hart. And he loved Owen Hart, just like he loved a Bret Hart. But the point is that the story was there, that you could have both these guys who admired the Harts and could have built it over a 3-week period. Last week, this week, next week, and then Double or Nothing. Why? What? If you had to go beyond Double or Nothing, fine. But you could have built both these guys separately and to finally face each other, knowing how much they don't want to hurt one another, that they actually love each other like real brothers. I mean, they've already said in interviews, literally, they're best friends, they love each other like family. And you could have built on the backs of that, and you didn't do it, and this felt like a waste. Now, CM Punk had this moment due to the fact that now that he's going up against Hangman Page at Double or Nothing. He spoke very well. He made it very clear that the respect is there for Hangman. He respects the people who follows him. He respects the people who follows him. But he wants to make sure that Hangman Page is going to know what it means to go up against CM Punk. Fine, it's all right. But Dash and Cash made no damn sense. They didn't need to go there. I'm just saying. Now, if the Trios titles are coming, it better come soon. Because the 3 guys that are waiting for it are going through the entire roster pretty quickly. That's Yuta, that's Moxley, and Daniel Bryan. And they just went up against the Factory. And who actually thought the Factory was going to win? No one did. But here's the thing. They should, if they got the Trios titles ready, they should start announcing it soon. They really need to start announcing it. They really need to get these titles ready because you're letting these guys a part of the BPCC, the Blackpool Combat Club. It's just they need the titles coming soon. They need them. They cannot keep this up for much longer. They're going to run out of people. They're a legitimate, understand guys, you think they can't run out of people. They can. There's only so many jobbers you got. And you're going to run out of them eventually. Then you're going to have to start using mainline talent. Are you going to bury mainline talent to make sure that Wheeler Yuta, who was really cheered a lot because it was his hometown, Moxley and Bryan get over? Are you going to do that? You're going to piss a lot of people off if you do. So they really need to get this started with those titles. Those triple titles, those trios titles must get ready soon. Now, the match that was fine, but it was sad. Because as I said before, what is Lance Archer doing? Nothing. Lance Archer is a jobber. An overgrown, super muscled out jobber to the ones that need him. That's what Lance Archer is. Because yes, he needed to be there. He needed it. But did you honestly think they're going to let Wardlow lose? No. When was the last time you heard Lance? When was the last time you've seen Lance Archer win a high-profile match? Goose egg. I haven't seen him win a high-profile match yet. Not one. Now, has he been in high-profile matches in tag teams? Yeah. And he's won. He's been in maybe 8-man or 10-man tags. Don't remember if he's been in a 10. I think he's been in an 8 or a 6. He's won. But when it comes to something really important, he hasn't won the TNT title. He hasn't won the world title. Nothing for the tag titles. He's won nothing. Anytime it's a high-profile match. Even when it came to New Japan Pro Wrestling US title going against Moxley, he didn't win that shit either. He has not won anything. Nothing. He's just a big-ass jobber. And that pisses me off. Now, Wardlow comes out. He comes out cuffed as usual. No music. He goes through the match. And he power bombs Lance Archer 4 freaking times. He nails his ass. Good. This is the way you got to build a Wardlow. But sad to see that Lance Archer is getting this treatment. But then we get a very interesting thing, which kind of covers both of them I'm about to say. We got MJF mad. And he says, you know what? I'm going to call somebody. He calls somebody. He calls a big man. Not a big man. He calls a big man and said, you mind coming in for 6 figures? Oh, good. Come on in. And then he said, soon you're going up against a guy who's smarter than you and bigger than you. You can't beat. What? Can't beat that. I can't remember what it is. Oh. Morrissey. What did I tell you about Impact Wrestling? People think I hate Impact. People think I hate Impact when I don't. I've been telling you for years about how Impact Wrestling management works. I've always told people, guys, wait and see. Don't fall for this bit about, hey, they got things different. No, wait and see if this works. Or wait and see how the management treats the talent, or if the talent will even stay signed. There's a possibility that Morrissey and Deonna Purrazzo are not signed with Impact now, or what? Well, Deonna Purrazzo I know had been signed with Impact, but Morrissey, don't know. He might have been doing tapings. Deonna Purrazzo has been there for many years, so seeing her on AEW TV because of her title is not surprising. It's not. But the question is she still signed? We all knew sooner or later Deonna might leave Impact Wrestling. So we don't know if this is it. She's going up against Mercedes Martinez because she's the interim champion. We will find out soon enough. But I'm saying this right now, and I know people are going to start saying, look, Impact's working with AEW again. No, they're not. No, they're not. We have not heard Impact talk about working with AEW. this is either a one-off for each of them, or Morrissey was never signed. He's now just getting a payout because they want someone to go up against Wardlow. Deonna Purrazzo, that's another question. She's been with the company for quite a while. We know she was signed. So the question is she still signed? Or is Impact letting this be done as a one-off? Because they got to do something with the women's title for ROH. I'm just saying. Now, the 10-man tag. I'm getting this done now. Did I care about it? No. You had nothing but jobbers. You had Brock. You had Lee Moriarty. You pretty much had Dante of Top Flight, as well as the Varsity Blondes. That's the only reason they were there, to job for the pretty much the Undisputed Elite. That's all it was there for. That's it. It was fine, but I'm not a big 10-man tag guy unless it gives a very good story. And this one wasn't a good story. I mean, it's understandable they're trying to see if the Bucks can still work with Red Dragon, but still, that's all we got. Now, we had a lot of video packages. Well, maybe I should take that back. We had some interviews. Video packages were important, but interviews were way more important. Christian's looking like he's going to turn heel because of the way he acted. We had pretty much the qualifying match how can I say this? Britt Baker, Jamie Hager, and not only a Toni Storm, but also a Ruby Soho. The only reason I acted like that because I almost forgot her name, because I hadn't seen her in so long I forgot. Guys, seeing how Britt Baker is playing into the fact of how Ruby as well as a Toni Storm was treated in WWE was wise. Now, mind you, it's going to be a point where something has to be done about that, but it is understandable since they are in a tournament. She's trying to fuck with them. Fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But sooner or later, once the tournament's over, Toni or Ruby Soho's got to get back at Britt. The question is, will they, and when will it happen? It better be soon. It could be by the end of the year they may get it. I don't think it's going to happen in the middle of the year because they're still going to have the tournament. But I'm just saying. Now, street fight between Selena Deeps and Hiro Kushida. This is where it gets a little difficult because it didn't really feel like a real street fight. Look, they said a Philly street fight. Usually a Philly street fight is an ECW street fight. I'm sorry. Let's make it clear. It's not the point it is a great type of match. It's not. It's been played out multiple times. You know what I would have liked? A Singapore cane match. If you really want to put these women over, give them a Singapore cane match. If they wanted to show their true dominance, have a Singapore cane match where both of them had to literally have to really wrestle properly. And the one who loses gets hit by a damn cane. And they got to take it. Kind of like what happened with Tommy Dreamer and with the Sandman. I think they should have done that because that was more important. Because they wanted to finish this feud, they could have finished this feud with honor. But no. It was a regular, not even a street fight. It was a no DQ match with no countouts. It didn't feel like a street fight. Now, did I say that they didn't do a good match? No. They did a good match. But it didn't feel like a street fight match. It felt like a no countouts, no disqualification match. That's what it was. No real utensils or tools were brought in other than the chair. And a couple of canes. And some powder, I believe. I got a shot of that powder going into the face of Shida. There you go. It's one of the few shots I'm going to put in here because I want to get this thing up as quickly as possible. But I'm going to tell you this. It's over now? Maybe. It should be over because what does this really give you? The street fight has happened. Shida now lost again. So they should end the feud. Do I believe they will? No. But I'm just saying. Now, you had the segment with the JAS versus Eddie Santana Ortiz. Now, here's what's interesting where it's going to be, how can I say this? Was the segment in the ring good? Yes. Saying he's going to be putting a hit on him, it made you think, and this is what it made me think, that Eddie Kingston had hired somebody to put a hit on somebody. It wasn't just him wanting to put the hit on, doing it himself, that he was going to get somebody in. That would have been interesting to bring someone else in. Someone that could be the catalyst for the feud, to bring two extra people in to make it a 10-man thing instead of 3-on-2-5. So that's going to be the question. Will there be two more people coming in to work with Santana Ortiz or Eddie Kingston? At the end of it, when you see Eddie get wiped out along with Santana Ortiz, and the thing that gets me, that makes me think someone might be going there. Eddie gets nailed in the face with flame. Now tell me, what company did that a couple of years ago? What company did that where someone was basically stricken and could not be there? And who was the one who took over and created the Kings? And no, not the Kings. I forgot the name of the OGs. Created the OGs going against the LAX. Eddie Kingston took over, was pushed out, and then created the OGs, where pretty much this was the catalyst for who? Have you forgotten a little bit of Sammy Callahan? Now, I'm not saying Sammy will show up, but that's how it got started with Sammy. Sammy Callahan started that feud in Impact Wrestling. OVE dealing with LAX, and K-Dog getting nailed with that flame in his face. And seeing that Eddie Kingston took over, trying to make it all about him, then he got forced out by the K-Dog, created the OGs, and yes, they got their asses whooped by LAX. Maybe they'll do the reverse here. Maybe he's going to call some people in. You never know. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it would be a very interesting twist. That's just me, guys. Tell me below. Now, what's left here? Well, I know there was some extra stuff here that I might be forgetting. I'm just going to leave it. I don't want to forget anything, but pretty much all that is left, if I'm not forgetting anything, I'm sorry. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Daniel Bryan, the Lady Talk. Yeah, I got it all. The ladder match between Sammy Guevara and Scorpio Sky. He got over due to Sammy heat. That's what this is all about. You literally got Scorpio Sky, a guy that has not really gotten that well over. I mean, when he was in SCU, he didn't really get over a lot. Even when he had the shot to go after the title from Chris Jericho, he was not 100% over. He really wasn't. Going into the end of the year, a lot of people didn't like it. I didn't feel like I liked it due to the fact I wanted to see Scorpio turn heel and really show what he could do. But they stuck him together with an Ethan Page. Then they put Top Team with them, which did help a lot. Dan Lambert made it great. So in the end, when you see the situation, it's really been over. And then you see Sammy Guevara. Well, a lot of people can't stand Sammy being with Ty Conchi. Next to him, as many people believed, cheated on his woman that he literally asked to marry in AEW television. It wasn't fake, that was real. He wanted to marry her. He presented her the ring. That is how it went. And a lot of people got angry about that, saying that's bullshit. You shouldn't have done that if you're going to be with Ty. But as I said before, things happen. It's not like people want it to happen like that. It happens in wrestling. Wrestlers fall in love with each other because they're with each other more than they are with the relatives and the spouse they're with. It happens. So I've never had a problem with it. But the crowd did. People have begun to hate more and more. The heat just kept going up and up and up. And they kept trying to stay face. But it's obvious the only thing they could do, and that's Ty as well as Sammy, had to turn heel. And when you see this, it's obvious he's turned heel. it's obvious, even if he's still being nice guy somewhat, he turned heel. So this match was a you finally got Scorpio, who is with Top Team and the Men of the Year, turned from being heel to face. Flat out. He turned face. Now, I felt that, is he a great face? He just turned really face right now. So I can't really say he's going to be a good face. He could be a so-so face. It doesn't mean he's going to be a heel face. He could just be a so-so face. But the crowd was so over for him because they can't stand Sammy that he got over big time when he won. Literally. Got over big time. So honestly, at this point, if he can't fully get over after that much pops and that much Sammy heat, he's never going to get fully over. So the question is going to be after this, how over he's going to be after this. Will they book him properly? Will he be able to pull it off? That's going to be a question for Scorpio Sky. And I hope you enjoyed the Zane View. Please give me a comment below. I'm sure I forgot something. Leave a comment what I forgot. And I'll leave a comment and tell you what I think about it. Peace.